everyone, it's Raid Kitty and I'm here with my Raid Kitty S'mores, and today I'm doing a different type of video. So for those of you who don't know, I was asked to be a guest on the Ladies in the City series, and my episode premieres on Sunday. Now you'll have to watch on Sunday to see what I built, but I discovered that the vanilla game has parking lot roads. Before you get too excited, you have to have the train station content creator pack. And you have to have one mod. Find it. I have tried and tested this in the asset editor, and I've been unable to find this just on its own. So we're gonna build a parking lot. So the first thing we're gonna do is I'm gonna load into my live stream city, Wakita. And I'm going to show you how I did it in Ladies in the City. I'm going to want to build parking lots, and I'll kind of explain what's going on here in a second. So I've built a road, and if you go into Find It, and you search up parking, you get this parking lot 1. And if you notice, if I uncheck custom and I leave vanilla on, it's still there. And it comes from the Content Creator Pack Train Stations by Bad Peanut. Now here's the negative. If you look here on the description, it says it's a network, it's a small road, and there's no street parking. I tried my best to force parking onto here, and I was unable to do so with TMPE, with adding the parking marker. It's just not built in. So if you just want aesthetic parking lots, look, it draws like a road. So I don't have anarchy on either, so we're just gonna do this. It also doesn't delete the trees, so you're gonna wanna clear the land. So you notice I have 2 very nice parking lot roads. The next thing I'm gonna do with Find It is to plop the parking spaces. So let's do that now. So, like I said, these don't function. I have tried to make them function and I cannot. There's no parking allowed on here, and that's not something that I can change with TMPE either. So, you're probably saying, okay, cool, great, you've created decorative parking lots. But yes, I've created decorative parking lots, and I think that that's pretty cool. They work like networks, so you can connect these and make drivable paths. You can put them in front of buildings. You can do a lot of things with them. So I found a way around this to make it work. All right, so here we are back at the main menu, and we're going to go into our asset editor. So on the main menu, the 4th option is editors. Click that, go down to asset editor, which is your 3rd option, and click new. I just stick with temperate because I don't necessarily think it matters at the moment. And then here for asset importer, we're gonna choose park. Now, I tried really hard, vanilla players. I really did, to try and find it in here. I looked at each one of these and it is nowhere to be found. I can't even get it by adding a sub building. If someone can find that, let me know. That's fantastic. I was unable to. So, you can create as big of a park as you want, but I'm just going to leave it as a 12 by 8. So again, going to Find It, I'm going to search up parking, and I'm going to get this parking lot. So it works both connected to the outside and not connected to the outside. What I mean by that is technically you can take a road and connect it like that, and that actually forces you to connect it to like a road, and it creates a junction. You don't need to do that. This will work like this. And you can decorate this up however you want. So let's go ahead and decorate this asset up. All right, so I would love to add some trees and some other props, but unfortunately I've used 64 out of 64. So if this was something where you wanted to add some trees, you know, we could delete one of these. Let's make the width 11 and add some trees. Okay, so we've added a couple trees. I'm gonna add one on each side here. And then I want to add some charging stations. So let's look for something that looks like a car charging station. So I think I'm gonna add these little, I'm gonna add a parking meter. It kind of looks like a charging station. And so each of these would have like 2 hooks on them. I would love to add some more. But unfortunately with 64 props, it's a little hard. So now we have a parking lot, so let's take some photos. So the snapshot tool. So this is what it's gonna look like when we share it. Perfect. And this is the thumbnail when we save it. And finally, the info shot. Awesome. All right, so all of these can stay put. I don't know if they do. Don't really feel like messing with them. In a perfect world, I would add lights to this. Again, 64 props with this big of a parking lot, kind of difficult. So now we're gonna go to Save Asset, and I'm gonna name it Parking Lot. And we're going to add the tooltip image, the thumbnail icon, and then this is the info shot. And I'm going to name it Hidden Vanilla Parking Lot. And actually, this is going to be parking lot. And this is going to be Hidden Vanilla Parking Lot. We're going to save it. So now we've used one mod, Find It, to create a working, ploppable parking lot. So let's head back over to Wakita and see how it works. Awesome, so we're back in Wakita. And so we're gonna go to the Parks and Plazas. And I found it easy to sort by user-made assets. And here it is. So let's go ahead and place it. And that actually looks really nice. And you can continue if you have other mods to place things around it. You can decorate around it. But this is now a working parking lot. Let's take a look. And there we go. We have some parking. So this is no longer just a decorative asset, but it is also a functioning asset. Now, I do have TMPE on because I have the more realistic parking to help it speed up a little bit. But it will work even without TMPE, more realistic parking. It will just take a lot longer for you to start to see people using it. So the great thing is for vanilla players, if you just want to use Find It in your asset creator tool, you can, because the asset still exists even when Find It is removed. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm going to upload this very basic asset onto the workshop. Feel free to take it in and edit it yourself. I hope that you can use this in your own cities. And if you liked videos like this, let me know. I'd love to do more. I just was so excited. I had to share this with you. Give my channel some love, guys. But it's late. S'mores and I are going to go to bed. We'll see you guys at my premiere on Sunday. Bye-bye.